Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 31st of October for the Sun or the Ascendant. I'm going to give you the broad strands to look out for, but please stay with me. I will then go through each of the zodiac signs from Aries through to Pisces to give them in forensic detail to you. Now this week begins with Mercury having moved into the sign of Scorpio, where it joins with the Sun and also Venus. So this adds to the depth of potential intrigue and intensity that this combination provides. Of course, Venus technically in detriment in the sign of Scorpio, but also we've got a quarter moon this week in the sign of Aquarius, which of course is very much about logic, and this energy in Scorpio very much more about deep feelings, where we're most invested, what we share with others, and also the potential for transformation. But the two rulers of the sign of Scorpio are forging a quincunx, a 150-degree angle, which is really quite testing. Pluto in the sign of Capricorn, very much to do with traditions, and Mars now in retrograde in the sign of Gemini to do with everyday communication. So it's going to be important to understand what our motivations are this week and also the motivations of others. But Mercury can be a real ace in the pack here because it's encouraging us to get beneath the surface, to really decode what's truly meant. And that's going to prepare us ready for that absolutely potent total lunar eclipse, which starts the beginning of the week following this one. Now, before I go on to share each of the 12 zodiac signs, if you'd like to discover what year 2023 will hold for you personally, if you give me 3 pieces of personal birth data of time, date and place of birth, I can give you your forecast for next year, but you can get the rest of 2022 free. Plus in my special package, my roadmap, character analysis, will give you also stunning insights of some of the patterns that have repeated themselves in your life thus far, for good or bad, but help you to understand them much more intimately. Please see the link below for more. And if you're new to my channel, I'd be honoured if you would subscribe. But if you're an ongoing viewer, thank you so much for all your support. So Libra, your week commencing the 31st of October forecast sees Mars having slammed on the brakes in your sector of travel and widening your horizons, and it will be retrograde through to January the 12th. But Mercury has arrived in your sector of everyday finance, just at the right time, because of course we're all dealing with the new reality in terms of the cost of living. But the great thing about Mercury in Scorpio is it helps us to dive deep. You have a natural gift to analyse things anyway because you're an air sign, and also you like to weigh things up carefully. That's why you are the scales. In France, for example, your sign is known as balance. So you're always looking to find balance, and I think that because your ruler is still so closely aligned to the Sun, there is a nugget of opportunity within all these challenges. And that may sound a bold prediction, but when Venus is very close to the Sun in the second house, it often brings some kind of dividend, even if it's not necessarily winning the jackpot on a lottery. It can bring some kind of way forwards that can be providential to you. What are the challenges? Well, obviously, with Mars going retrograde in your 9th house, if there are any contracts that need to be discussed, patience will be really important. Clarity around information is clouded still by the role of Neptune's angle to Mars. Also, Pluto in your sector of home and emotions. Yes, I sound like that broken record again. That is also in an inconjunct, a quincunx, with Mars. So the two rulers of the sign of Scorpio are not on good terms. So when it comes to more emotional strands that are to do with your life foundations, you know, the things that give you that sense of security. If something isn't quite going to plan, the angle between Mars and Pluto can be quite triggering. But this is where your natural detachment can be such a gift. Also, the quarter moon this week is in your sister air sign of Aquarius. So there's more logic that you can inject into proceedings. But that's actually saying I would be cautious about speculation this week. So if there is an opportunity to improve your lot, but it requires some risk, I would be very cautious around that. But I still feel there is some kind of window of opportunity that you're going to tease open by perhaps squeezing a bit more out of your existing resources, perhaps moving around some assets that you've got in an imaginative way, and just some extra information that comes through can actually thrill you.